Hello friends, my name is Terry L. Dorn, D-O-R-N, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about something that's weighing heavy on my heart. You know, out in the streets today, you go out in the streets in the big cities, and there's hundreds and thousands of people with mental illness living on the streets that have no idea what to do with their life. Several years ago, they opened up the mental wards and just dumped them out in the streets. Many of them received bus tickets, free bus tickets one way to Los Angeles or a warmer climate. Los Angeles now has a very high population of homeless people that just wander the streets and have no idea what to do with their life. What I'm proposing is, we have all these churches, big churches everywhere. Like, get emails. I'm up 12 o'clock, 12, 1, 2 o'clock, checking my email, reading about the situation. And a lot of your major churches, mainline churches, are closing their doors. They're closing their doors because the people, the congregation, peek outside and they see, it's kind of like, they crack the door and say, oh no, gang members and drugs and crime, oh my, and stay inside. Not too long after that, the church house closes down. When I read in my Bible, I read about this Jesus Christ that everybody is worshiping and building big temples and monuments and collecting money for, to talk about him, to promote his cause. When Jesus was here on earth, he spent time on the streets. The woman at the well, the woman that was had 5 husbands, harlots, prostitutes, people that were in crime were thieves, lowly fishermen, tax collectors was considered one of the lowest of that day. And he was criticized by the church people because he was out there eating and drinking with these lowlife. That was the heart of the church. The very people on the streets that Jesus talked to, mentored, spent time with, they became the leaders of the new church. Paul was a murderer. Peter the fisherman. This formed the new church. That's how the church got started. The church is dying today because they're not letting these people in. Well, like I say, our streets are filling up with more and more people with problems that they can't answer. Yeah, I'm telling you openly that I believe that God is the answer for people's needs today. It's worked for several groups. People get together and start talking about God or a higher power and realize that they're not handling their situation well themselves. And by believing in God, they start doing better. They get their life together and start eventually get their life together and start doing good again. I remember when I had a breakdown here recently. I searched around. I went through 6 years of therapy, and I searched around finally and tried to find a church because God was important in my life. He'd helped me out many times by believing in him. And the pastor finally, met this pastor that treated me like one of his family, invited me to dinners with his family and lunch after church every Sunday for over 3 years, he and his wife. And this mentoring by a person of faith helped me to start believing in myself, believing in God, and start trying to do things again in my life. That's why I'm producing books. I'm writing books. I'm doing this video. I'm promoting the idea of recovery for people. I discover wherever I go on the streets and when I go to the different care centers, these people that are just like our throwaway society have gifts and talents like every one of us. What I found out is if you can help a person start believing in something they can create, they can do, they'll try other things, they'll step forth in other things in life. I want to ask you Christians out there to start opening your hearts, start opening your doors. You know, I've discovered in my life, if you can just spend a little bit of time with these people, one-on-one, buy them a cup of coffee, talk to them about where they're going, invite them to church eventually, not too fast, it kind of scares them off, but start inviting them places and treat them like a human being. People's lives start changing. Now, in my latest book I just wrote, The Cross and the Psychiatrist, you'll find stories of some of these people and how their lives changed because someone like me took time. See, The Cross and the Psychiatrist, you can get that on the internet. Just took a little time with them and talked to them and treated them good. And I tell stories about people's lives that can change. This is the lifeblood of the church, is bringing people in off the streets and helping them to start having faith in place of their problems, hope in place of fear. All right, I can't talk too long on one of these videos, so I hope that stirs some of you up. I hope you start, pray about this and create a vision in your mind of reaching out to someone. You know, if each of us could just reach one, just one, it won't take too long. The church could double. You know, like I say, the churches are there. They have the facilities. They have the message. Why not bring the people in and help them change their life and take back our city streets? Get the city streets away from the enemy that's robbing people's souls, robbing people's lives, and get them to start believing that life is worthwhile once again. Okay, this is Terry L. Dorn saying, think about it, pray about it. Thank you. Out of the